Thank you. And you're actually up next again, and this time, hey, you're back to back today, but you are going wonderful with this. Now, again, can you give how to connect with this, and do you do an adult version of this?
We do a lot of different adult classes. I first kind of dug into it and started doing like 3-day classes where, excuse me, they would be a couple hours, a couple weeks in a row. But I think we're going to break it down. We have calendars that I sit down and schedule out every month. So we work on chakras. We work on, one I'm excited about in September is working on dreams and what they mean to us and ways to hone in on that. We have a lot of different things. Law of attraction, we're big on that. We always go back to the basics and the fundamentals. Also working on a class for meditation. I've had a lot of people come in here and talk to us about the fact that they don't know how to meditate, if they're doing it right or wrong. So we do a lot of different things with the adults as well. We have our full moon cleanses. Every full moon, we get those up and running on the events part of the Facebook page. We do the new moon gatherings for manifestation as well. We always have something going on. We love to see people stop in and take a look at everything.
Awesome. Okay. So, why don't you go ahead and talk to us about the adult side of this and chakra talk?
I love it. It's one of my favorite things, that and the law of attraction. So this morning for the chakra presentation we're going to do, just a heads up, we are located in Weston, West Virginia. We're on Old Mill Road. If you have any questions about getting here, feel free to shoot us a message. Our numbers are both on the Facebook page. We have email at sacred.yana@gmail.com. We are also working on a website. Hopefully we'll have something up and running here before too long. So in this segment, we're going to discuss our chakras, what they do for us, ways to understand if they are open, stagnant, overactive, and ways to heal them. We also have a lot of items here in the shop as well, which will show that we utilize and are available for purchase here as well. So our bodies have a total of 114 chakras or energy centers, and stemming from these, we have 72,000 energy channels where prana takes place and also known as energy channels. So you can imagine that when our energy gets stuck, how debilitating that can be to our emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. So today we're going to go back to the basics and dive into the 7 primary chakras, being the root, the sacral, solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and of course the crown. So our first chakra is the root, and this is located at the base of your spine and is associated with the color red. This particular chakra sits in an upright position that can be referenced by imagining a trumpet with the sound hole facing down. We use this chakra to draw energy upward from the earth, just as we do when we ground. The root chakra is associated with our hips, legs, genitals, and all of our lower extremities and organs. The life association to this chakra is stability, security, the sense of grounding ourselves in our basic needs for survival. When this particular chakra is balanced, we find ourselves being very comfortable in our own skin. We feel stable and we're connected to the earth. And if you hear a cat in the background, we have our holistic kitties that are sitting out. We threw out for the moment because they're a distraction. So
I might go get them here in a second.
So when our root chakra is unbalanced, we have a tendency to feel flighty, we feel insecure, we struggle to provide for our own daily basic needs. Some of the physical symptoms can include weight issues, knee problems, depression, and immune-related disorders. When this chakra is overactive, you might find yourself not being able to complete projects. You have no consistency. You're often scattered, and it's very typical to be depressed and sleep a lot. To balance, you need to connect to nature, cultivating plants and crops, physical activity, yoga and meditation. Move your body. You're going to hear me repeat to you yoga, meditation, over and over as we go through these. The tree pose in yoga relies on stability and is an excellent practice to bring the root chakra into balance. Your diet, along with your chakras, and all of them are key to changing the balance and what's going on. So you eat foods that are high in protein. Of course, you're going to have beets, strawberries, tomatoes. Anything red is fantastic for this chakra. With every chakra, you can incorporate yoga and meditation practices along with essential oils, incense, and crystals. For the root chakra, myrrh, sandalwood, and patchouli incense and oils are great for that. The root chakra utilizes any kind of red stone, grounding stones such as ruby, garnet, bloodstone, obsidian, black tourmaline, red jasper, onyx, and hematite. I'm very strong, so pretty, I love these. I'm very, very big on affirmations because it's about training your mind, reprogramming your mind from the preconditions that we have been taught to know. And the affirmation for our root chakra is, I am. So we move on to the second chakra, which is our sacral chakra. This chakra sits right below our belly button and is associated with the color orange. This chakra is the first that has a front and a back. So if you're standing, on a sideways angle, you can imagine that end of that trumpet shooting out from the front and shooting out from the back as well. This chakra is associated with our kidneys, our bladder, and our reproductive organs. It pertains to our sexuality, creativity, sensuality, and our emotions. When this chakra is open and balanced, your creativity, it flows. You have a healthy sex life, you are open to feeling motion. When it's closed, you're closed off from the world. You feel withdrawn, you are not comfortable in your own skin, your sex drive is low, and you are not in tune with your creative processes, i.e. writer's block. But it can be anything. You don't have to be some performer to make this work. You're also associated to this too when it's blocked is guilt and shame. Some of the physical symptoms associated with this chakra are sciatic, which many of us have a problem with, lower back pain, reproductive issues, bladder and kidney problems as well. When this chakra is overly active, your emotions are unhinged and you may be over-sexual. To bring this into balance, here we go again, meditation and yoga. The child's pose and downward facing dog are great yoga poses to help bring this into balance. Eat anything orange. So of course, oranges, peppers, cantaloupe, anything along that realm that you can think of and enjoy. Any fruits that produce a natural sweetness is helpful. You're going to want to stay away from anything that is produced with sugar and man-made sugars. Those really don't serve us any real good purpose. Water. So our sacral chakra coincides with the water element. So water and lots of it. Your sacral chakra needs that water to purify. For this chakra as well, using oils and incense such as ylang ylang, lemon, patchouli, and sandalwood are extremely useful. Crystals to have on you and meditate with are carnelian, sunstone, orange tourmaline, amber, and moonstone. Our beautiful sunstone we have in here. We have a big basket of it. I love it. The affirmation associated with this chakra is, I feel. So our third chakra is our solar plexus chakra. And this chakra sits right above the belly button and has both a front and a back. So again, that trumpet shooting out in the front and out in the back. It is associated with the color yellow. Beautiful, the sun is shining. It is associated as well with our personal power, our emotions, our self-esteem, and our ego. The physical associations are our digestive system, our bladder, liver, stomach, and spleen. When it's balanced, you're confident and you're humble. You step into your power. Excuse me, sorry about that. So you have confidence in yourself. If it's closed, you feel powerless. You lack the boundaries that you need for healthy relationships and for yourself. Digestive issues are absolutely going to arise. You're sensitive to criticism. And you care for others before you care for yourself. When it's overactive, your power overrides all. The ego is in full gear. You're not listening to anything you need to. You're very self-centered and it becomes all about you. So let's balance this. Again, yoga and meditation, starting off. So you've got the cat pose and the boat pose. You eat yellow foods such as pineapple, corn, bananas. Reconnect to earth. A lot of the times when there's frustration with this particular chakra, go out barefoot, no shoes. Take your feet, stomp them into the ground. Get rid of that anger, aggression, and anything associated with power that's no longer serving you. Write and journal about repressed anger, trust issues, fear, and utilize Ho'oponopono. If you're not familiar with that, stop in. That's a whole other day right there. So essential oils and incense associated with the chakras. lemon, lavender, rosemary, and Roman chamomile. Our crystals that you can utilize are yellow citrine, tiger's eye, which is my personal favorite. I love that one, and we have beautiful pieces of that in here. And butylated quartz and amber as well. Affirmation to this is I can. I'll do a quick preaching that I do at I think every moon event that we have. Can't is not a word. Don't is not a word. Don't ever let anybody or anything tell you that you can't do anything, because you absolutely can. It's a matter of will. Fourth, our heart chakra. This is my favorite chakra. Love it. So in the midpoint between the bottom of the bottom three and the midpoint of between the bottom and the top three, our bottom three chakras are our physical life needs, our demands, and our emotions. The top three come into connection with the divine, life, our intuitive, and our spiritual needs. The heart chakra ultimately is the portal to all of them. Without love, nothing is possible. This chakra has both a front and a back as well, and is centered in the middle of your chest, being associated with the color green, but it is also supported by the color pink for love and our heart. These associations for the body are our heart, our lungs, and our thymus. When your heart is in balance, you express love openly and you're honest with yourself and others. You sense gratitude and give gratitude. Compassion, healthy boundaries, your relationships are healthy, you're in flow, and you are absolutely connected. When it's closed, we have no empathy or compassion for other people. We're shut off and we're very cold. We lack boundaries. Negative self-talk occurs. We are shallow, and so are your relationships. Heart issues and pneumonia and allergies are very common with the heart chakra. If you're too open, you have terrible boundaries, yet again, kind of in line with the closed off area. You take on the weight of everyone's problems and you forget to care for yourself. You must be healthy for yourself to be healthy for others. To heal, breathing exercises aid your lungs. Again, hence meditation and yoga. But when you're doing the breathing techniques, when it comes to your heart chakra, you want to make sure that you're breathing not from your diaphragm, but from your lungs and your chest. So you'll feel the difference. We are terrible breathers in life. We really do. So when you're breathing from your chest instead of the diaphragm, you're going to feel a difference. If you do it till you're dizzy, you've gone too far. Slow it down. For the yoga aspect of it, you can use the camel pose or any pose that you prefer that opens and widens the chest area. Foods, of course, anything green, so collard greens, asparagus, lettuce, Swiss chard, broccoli. Incense and oils, rose, neroli, ylang ylang, bergamot, lavender, and lemon balm are fantastic for this. Crystals, rose quartz, of course, jade, emerald, green kyanite, and green tourmaline are great. And of course, the affirmation for this is I love. So next is our fifth and our throat chakra. Our throat chakra has both a front and a back, but the energy is taken from the back and put forth through the front. So again, imagine that trumpet at the back. It's open back here because clearly we're projecting from the voice and it's coming out and forward. The color associated with this is light blue. It is connected to our throat, our ears, our shoulders, our thyroid glands, and many other glands in this region. I personally have had bouts with thyroid disease over the years, and it's really something that can be worked on. When your throat chakra is open, we communicate very clearly. We mean what we say. We come from a place of compassion and love. Not only do we speak, but we listen. A lot of people instantly think throat, you're talking. That's not all. It is the case, but it's not the only thing. We have to really pay attention and hear. Silence sometimes is best because if we're quiet, we get to listen, not just hear what's going on. When you're listening, you're taking in the true vibe of what is being expressed to you. You're better able to understand, empathize, and communicate, not from a place that you just want to speak back, but from a place that you're understanding what is being expressed to you. So we come from a strength of will in this as well. Our capacity to make judgments are sound, and when we're healthy, we avoid criticisms of ourselves and others. Your throat chakra is closed, our shoulders and our neck take on the stress. I personally always carried the weight in my shoulders, always ached from it. We feel that tension. We feel as if we have a lump in our throats and do not speak, and we are repressing our feelings and what we need to say. We become judgmental. We face addiction issues. Addiction issues are profound when it comes to the throat chakra, because when we face these issues, we stifle everything and all of our creativity, all of our feeling, all of our talents. We just shut them down. So when we take and we use things and substances to quiet those, we're suppressing what we need to address. You may have a raspy voice, sore mouth, gums, TMJ, again, and thyroid problems. When it's overstimulated, we are harsh. We do not think before we speak. We lack in following our dreams and desires, and we fail to step into our personal power. We lack faith in our own abilities at that point. To heal this particular chakra, yoga and meditation, of course, again. Poses for the throat chakra in yoga should include the bridge pose, the camel pose, and the shoulder stand. If you're not real great at yoga, shoulder stand can be a bit challenging. So take a look at some other books, different ideas and techniques that you could still stimulate that particular chakra. It's not so much for the foods when it comes to the throat chakra. There's not a lot of naturally blue foods. There are some flowers and herbs that you can ingest. Primary one to this is eat blueberries. Can't not love blueberries. Drink teas. Chew on peppermints. Singing and chanting are a very helpful way to open these chakras and balance them. Mean what you say. Stick to your words. Let your actions meet your words. Limit small talk. I personally, again, we're both this way. We don't enjoy the small chitty chatty. We like the deep, stimulating conversations, and it's a great way to go to open that throat chakra. Incense and oils for chakras, in this particular case, lavender, rosemary, frankincense, and chamomile. Crystals you can utilize are turquoise, lapis. We've got some beautiful, absolutely gorgeous lapis in here. We are very blessed to have it. Aquamarine, iolite, and sodalite as well. The affirmation to this particular chakra is, I speak. The sixth chakra, the third eye. The third eye is between our eyes, but slightly up, but not in the middle of our forehead. So we're looking right about there. The physical side to the chakras are going to deal with our brain, our nervous system, our ears, eyes, nose, and throat. This chakra brings insight and wisdom and dives into our intuitive side and helps us see the past and the lessons that are associated with it. This chakra is associated with the pineal gland. When the chakra is in balance, we are open to our intuitive abilities. We are aware of our present. We trust. That's a big one. We trust in our inner wisdom. We see beyond the physical realms. We are comfortable taking in messages from our spirit guides and do not let the rational conscious mind interfere with those messages. We are open to receiving. When the chakra is out of balance, we cut ourselves off from the divine and the messages that we're being given. We then begin to rationalize what we're being given. So of course, brain kicks in and goes, wait, this doesn't make sense. Go back to reality. Doesn't work. We do not trust nor are we aware of our present moments. Physical ailments that can be associated with this particular chakra are strokes, learning disabilities, spinal difficulties, seizures, and headaches. When this chakra is overstimulated, we again do not listen to our spiritual side. We become know-it-alls. Then take that back down, and it kicks in with the ego. We sit ourselves on a pedestal and we feel that we're above all others. To heal, yoga and meditation. All poses are very helpful, but when doing any of these, you want to keep your eyes closed. This takes away the physical ability to see, and you're being reliant on your knowledge and your intuition as well as your ability to hear. So the idea here is to feel with your senses, not to see. Become aware without the physical eyesight, but rather take it all on in the sense of feeling and tuning in to the world around you. Here, you need to listen. Eliminate things like fluoride. So your toothpaste or whatever other supplement or whatever you might be using, check it for fluoride. Fluoride will absolutely interfere with the third eye. You're going to eat foods like blueberries, blackberries, eggplant, black currants. Crystals that we have for this also, lapis is great, amethyst, fluorite. We've got a beautiful piece of fluorite in here, clear quartz, and sapphire as well. The affirmation to this, even though you're not supposed to be seeing with your eyes, is I see. The seventh chakra, the crown chakra, is the final of the primary seven. This is at the top of your head, known as the crown. This like the root chakra, takes an energy in one way. So again, we have the trumpet, but the trumpet sound is coming up from here. So we're taking in the divine sound and the gifts that we're being given, and it's coming down from the heavens. Our wisdom and insight is brought into us from the light above. Oftentimes when I have folks here and we're working on meditation or whatever, I ask them to envision a white light coming down from the heavens. If this portal in the top of the crown, that light's shooting down through, and when it comes down through, it is illuminating every single chakra straight down your spine to the root, every single time, to balance and clear that energy and protect you. Again, the trumpet, trumpet, trumpet. It's a very easy way to imagine this. Our wisdom and insight is brought into us from this light above. Colors associated with this chakra are white, gold, and purple. Our physical associations are our pituitary gland, our muscular and skeletal systems, nervous systems, and even our skin. There are many more that are associated with the crown as well. When this chakra is in balance, we acknowledge unity. We're connected to ourselves and those around us, including to the earth and, of course, our spirit guides. We trust in the divine connections that we're given. We all have got, you don't have to be anything, but you need to tune in. You really do. We are aware and comfortable that our lives transcend beyond the physical realm that we exist in. When this chakra is out of balance, we feel disconnected from source energy and the divine. If you're not in connection with yourself and source energy, it's going to be a real hard time utilizing the law of attraction to manifest your desires. We have difficulties with this when we're out of balance and trusting our path. In general, we struggle with life as a whole. Everything becomes difficult. We shut down, we disconnect, we want no parts of it all. We are depressed, we're unsatisfied. We cling on to anxiety like it has become our friend. We live in fear. COVID, prime example. Everybody got shut down to some extent for a little while. The physical aspects of imbalance are depression, chronic exhaustion, sensitivity to light and sound, alienation, and constant confusion. When this chakra is overstimulated, we live in a constant dreamlike state and cannot connect with any sense of reality. We close ourselves off and hibernate, only ever wanting to be outside of our natural state. We have no balance. We find the need for intoxication because that numbs us. So this too is also associated with any addiction-related issues. It can be anything from nicotine to heavier drugs or whatever it is that you choose to do. We don't have to feel. That's why they do it. You don't have to feel. So to heal these, yoga and meditation, again, headstands and shoulder stands. Like I said, with the third eye though, for someone who's not, real into yoga or anything like that, there are other ways to go about opening the chakra, but you can always take a look at some yoga books or beginner's yoga. There we go. And we've got some books in here on different things like that as well. Welcome to come in and talk to us. We'll gladly give you a hand. Chant Om. Wear the colors purple or white. Practice gratitude. No better way to live, and set the intentions for what you're trying to do. If you're following the dietary practices of all the other chakras, you are in balance for the crown chakra when it comes to dietary needs. Eating a balanced diet in these foods helps all the chakras. Can't go wrong there. Essential oils that you use and incense, frankincense, peppermint, sandalwood, and lotus. Crystals, amethyst. We got labradorite here. Everything's all backwards. It's beautiful. We got labradorite, moonstone, selenite, clear quartz, and amethyst are great ones for this. The affirmation to this particular chakra is, I know. These are the basic tips and tricks on working to balance out and heal our chakras. We could truly go on about this subject all day long. We have a class set to start in September for our chakras. It's a one-day class. It's an introduction. We would go over many of the same things that we went over today, but far more in depth. And if we would have to add time to that, we could definitely do that. We encourage you to check out our Facebook page for the latest updates on all of our classes and many other classes and future events coming up. Since we are actually a little ahead of schedule, we can show you a couple of the things that we have in the shop. that pertain to our chakras. So in this particular group here, and I know there's a glare, and I'm not real sure how to get rid of that. These are energy healing oracle cards, and this particular deck has a card for each one of the chakras, and they're pretty awesome. There we go. There's that one. So there's our 7th one, and here is our 6th one. So if you're really interested in the chakras, this is a great way to go. They focus on all of them. This is a deck that we can get in here to the shop. We've gotten in touch with a lot of publishing companies, and they've been wonderful with us, and we're getting so many wonderful things in here for divination. Another deck, yeah, here you want to show them? The other deck we have in is Kim Kranz, and these are the Animal Spirit Tarot. They are also have one for each of the 7 chakras, which these cards are, so are the other ones, but these ones are some of our favorites, and they are absolutely beautiful. And the messages contained in the book, which the book is a great thing, but always use your own intuitive skills first and foremost for any kind of cards that you're picking up and practicing with. So, got the dragon, the eye, the ever-watching eye on us, the sea serpent.
That's my favorite card, I do believe. Yes.
And perfect for this year, the Phoenix, which is the root chakra in the Animal Spirit deck. We do have some additional bracelets that we have in the shop right now. All of these particular ones, we pulled them and left the other ones off to the side, are great for the chakras that we talked about today. All kinds of things. We're always getting new stuff in as well. One of my favorites is the turquoise, the throat chakra. So there you have it. Another thing we have in right now is the hem hex packs as well. These are also for the chakras. It's very nice. They break it down, so you have it's totally designated to which chakra in the pack that you're looking to work on. So it's a great way to help balance your chakras through
And
incense.
they smell good too.
They do. They're awesome. They really are. They're some of
good.
my favorite. They're probably my favorite overall. They really are. We were able to get some really awesome items. We have a beautiful, I'm going to let Adam, we've got this beautiful singing bowl. I love this thing. Let Adam, he's better at it than I am, to get it tuned in.
I can try. You put me on the spot.
I know you can do it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear it. We do also, we're very, very cautious about where our products come from.
The bell, I can ring the bell.
Go ahead, ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Yes.
And deafen everybody.
I can do that.
All of our products we're very cautious with. They do come in from places like India, Brazil, Nepal. We are working with some local people who do their own handcrafting of different items as well. We like to stick local as much as we can to support small businesses in the area. I don't know. Is there anything else?
Did you tell them where they could find us on Facebook? What our tag was?
Sacred Yana. Find us at Sacred Yana on Facebook. Again, we're working on getting a website put up. We're a little. I don't like technology, so the fact that I got into this today and we did all right is an amazing thing. I'm old school. Give me pen and paper. So
yeah, we've actually got some questions here. In comments. I didn't want to interrupt, and we're going to hold Q&A until after the presentations.
Gotcha.
For y'all watching. All right. They love the glitter jar. They think that's amazing. Now, I've used the glitter jar before in ritual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for mental consciousness. And solving issues. Yeah, I've used that before.
The kids love it. They think that's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, and it's a great way to time out too.
Yeah, exactly. We use timeout a lot around here.
Yeah. But it's a great way. Shake the jar up and say, you sit there and calm down until the glitter settles.
Exactly.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Another viewer says, finds this interesting and wish that it had been around when she was younger. Very hyper. Children need something to help them because centering and grounding, since it's chaos all around. Thank you for offering this. Love the glitter jar. Going to use it on the grandson. Dottie's public, so I'll say her name. Dottie says she loves the classic, is her homework. Heidi asks, what's a good meditation music?
For kids or for adults?
Both.
Both. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't want to say that. Well, the CD. What did we do with that? We're kind of got a small space. We're working on expanding. So this particular CD that we have in for kids is Meditations for Children. We have one disc available here for sale in the shop. This one is for relaxation and imagination. For adults, if you're in tune with yourself, like there's a calling to anything that you need. I like to channel my energy. That's how I get my messages. I do card readings. I do aura cleansing, chakra balancing. I do all kinds of stuff, but I always just go for what calls to me. And that's how I've always done it. I don't think you can really ever go wrong if you follow your intuition. So I think it really depends on the person. Flip through YouTube and see, like, listen to, 10 seconds of it. You'll know in 10 seconds if that's what you're supposed to be listening to.
I like the Celtic meditation music.
Yeah,
that's
those are
good
good
to look up.
Yeah, those are good. I like the binaural beats too. I'm a big, because all the hertz in the binaural beats are all for something different, and I think that's a great way to start. We have a list on our Facebook in the our post somewhere. I think maybe in the last couple of weeks you could scroll through that, take a look at the hertz levels, and it tells you what each hertz level is meant to do. So that'd be a great place to start.
And they're looking for a link, so I will be putting out a link to your page here in a second.
Thank you.
Other questions, are you open today?
We are. We're typically open from 9 to 12, but since the Pagan thing is going on today, if they all want to stop out, we'll be here. We'll be happy to see them. Also, a little quick, to know, our business is separate from our home, but it's still on the same property. So typically someone's always here. Anything outside of our retail hours, feel free to message or call or shoot us an email, however you want to communicate. And, if I'm available, which I typically am, or one of us are, like I said, usually here. So they're always welcome to stop out, even if they just want to take a look around or discuss anything. It's not a problem.
Yeah, and they said they are open today. They're not sure how late. You guys are till like 6?
We typically up until 5.
Till 5,
yeah.
But also, I have a question for you. What do you recommend about someone that's never done yoga? They're that flexible. I can't be a pretzel.
Well, first off, let me tell you something. This gal right here, I have terrible back issues, which I've gotten better over the years, but I was in a bad accident when I was younger. But so we have a meditation and yoga class Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. And you could ask Gwen. Gwen's been here. We have a beautiful space here, and you get to watch the sun come up. You get to watch the moon come up. I mean, you can't ask for a more peaceful, beautiful area. But we have a spot where I do yoga and meditation on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. I'm no yoga pro myself, but I do know the basics of all the things. So if you're not a pro, come out and see me. We incorporate yoga and meditation. We do very basic, simple things. We won't be pretzels together, I promise.
We can get the beginner books too for yoga.
We have
they need in, like beginner stuff.
Yeah, one of the big things that we're working on right now is, like I said, we've gotten in touch with a lot of publishing companies that handle the Oracle, Tarot, everything from Pagan to Celtic to spirituality, horses. I mean, all kind of stuff. And we're getting those products in here. So we want to get a lot of the beginner's guides to help people, because there's a lot of people that just don't know. And again, like I said,
the basics.
Yeah,
everything they need to know.
I always go back to the basics to begin with. You start complicating and convoluting stuff, and it's like you just can't. You always go back to the simplistic aspects of everything to begin with. So come out and see me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
What's your address? Where can they find you?
So we're at 834 Old Mill Road in Weston. When we're open, so we have a driveway out here. We have a blue rock with the numbers 834 in yellow painted on it. And we also, when we're open, we have a big yellow metal sunflower that sits at the end of the driveway.
Awesome. So it's a great way to tell when you're open, when you're not. There's a lot of attractions in Weston. You've got the asylum. right
I was
there.
just gonna say.
You guys have a lovely little restaurant because I've actually been there. It was a lovely one. Um,
Was it the West Fork Eatery?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and some great coffee shops. I mean, it's a whole day trip if you are not locally close to Weston.
You know what? I grew up in Pennsylvania. I moved to Bridgeport last year. Adam and I, we do what we do together. That's life. But I love it here. This is home. This really is home. I was always told, if it feels like home, be cautious, because sometimes home from childhood could be a little, it could be a little too familiar in some ways. But this home here has been beautiful. I think West Virginia is fantastic. I have been totally blown away by the folks that I've met coming here, their hospitality, their kindness, their simplistic way of life. I was up in the city of Pittsburgh for 6 years, and this place has soothed my soul for anything that I felt that I needed to work on. And I'm really excited for us to be able to do this with you all today, to get to meet the people that we get to meet and know through our business. We've made wonderful connections. I'm really excited about everything we've got going on.
Just like help.
I'm sorry?
So, just like building and growing things, I'm so glad to see something spring up in that area.
Well, I came here and I said to him, because he's lived here his whole life, I said, where do I go for this stuff? And he's like, well, there's not too many places to go. And I'm like, well, what the hell is that? Like, how do we not have places to go to? I worked in the oil and gas field and got laid off, and then put this on a vision board, which we work on vision boards. Come on in, let's work on this.
Traction.
And we put this on a vision board in February, and by June we were open. So, I mean, it just goes to show how, and we started this with $60. That was it, $60.
That's impressive. That's showing that you're doing something right. Well, thank you for coming out, and thank you for doing the 2 classes. It's been very informational, and it's been a really great day.
Okay, thank you so much for taking us on. And Glenn, thank you for inviting us. We really enjoyed it.
Yep, thank you.
I'll be out to see you soon.
Sounds good, honey.
We'll
Take care.
See you.
All right.